Welcome back. We've got Astralis versus LDLC carrying on in just a second here on DE Nuke. Again, joined by Snods. That's not going to change.
DE Nuke. Wow, someone actually calls it by his real name.
Yeah,
quirky guy. Look at this guy.
We go all the way here on Pro League, Snods. We go all the way.
It's got to be different. I'm joking. So you know what? Vintage. And speaking of vintage, no, not speaking of vintage. This isn't here anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say, that doesn't work anymore.
CGS and CSS, you know, existence, very games. No, it's all out. It's all gone. All gone.
All the memories.
Dead now.
And all the results as well. 16-5 on the first map. Inferno went the way of Astralis. We're expecting Nuke to be a similar story, but we're hoping for a little bit more.
We're hoping, you know, not only because we want the competitive games, you know, we want to cast games we can really get into it. You know, that was such a one-sided game. It's hard to get into it as a commentator. So, you know, our bias interest aside, right, we just want to see LDLC do well. The reason being is, you know, for such a decorated roster across the years as well, you know, a staple for French Counter-Strike, we hope that they do well.
Yeah, definitely, and of course it's nice to see some UK success in that as well, right, Alex?
Yeah.
Now going to be moving up to the Mad Frag. I mean, Existence was fragging really well in his time in LDLC. You know, I think he was one of the IGLs who could actually put up kills on the scoreboard.
Obviously,
the
instant rebuttal there is, but was he playing versus, you know, if you contrast him to a Glaive, you know, Glaive is playing versus SK FaZe, you know, a lot of, you know, tier 3, tier 4 qualifiers online, it's the same, you know. So, yeah, I mean, in terms of fragging ability, Existence definitely had it. Interesting as well. Existence, you know, used to go for that secondary orb, but now it's also demoted down to Devil.
Yep.
Who now calls. So,
interesting.
I know.
We were going to say, like,
odds. Exact same odds as last time. Exact same odds as last time.
Anything?
Fair play to Betway. Shout out to Rob. Shout out to Rob. Yeah, they were right. Shout out to Betway.
Were wrong, yeah.
They were right. They were right.
Well, either way, coming into this map, it's going to be a interesting one for LDLC to at least look at their strat book, right? Do they continue with existing strats? Do they come up with new ones? Do they try and run something else? Again, another question mark is, have they even done the practice, right? We don't know how the veto system works here in Pro League. So, you know, looking at how they got to this map, maybe they're not happy to play it, maybe they expected to play it. You know, there's so many question marks, and it's all down to how much preparation LDLC have really done. Do you think they're going to continue running existing strats, or do you think they're going to pull in something new with IGL now shifting?
It depends. Actually, you know, going back to, I remember I alluded to it in the cast of the Inferno matchup where I said, you know, watching Aqua playing games, watching Existence, right, being the guy that was, it's okay, we still have this, you know, it's okay, we still have this.
Great accent, by the way.
What can I say? You know, I remember he was saying, like, don't get upset to these players. I had to ask for translation.
You speak French? I was going to say.
But that's what I asked, right? And interesting enough, when they went over strats as well, I remember this, because at the time I was playing Copenhagen games as well. I remember looking behind them, they were sat next to us, right? And literally, all 4 of the players stood over Existence. And it was an overpass, and Existence was showing them these tiny little flashbangs and all these little intricate smokes and everything. And I was sat there thinking, my God, these guys listen to every single breath he takes, right? So I thought, what would happen if you remove that sort of tactical leadership from this lineup, right? Does it become a lot more glossy in terms of everything's so finite, it's more loose, it's more freestyle? Maybe that aids them going forward.
Exactly.
Who knows? Maybe that, you know, alleviate some of the restraints of a player like Alex, and he can run rampant across the map.
Well, you hope so. Yeah,
we hope so.
You hope so.
A lot of hope with this one.
That didn't seem to be the case in the first map. Not looking too strong, but again, I want to see the T side. Honestly, I'd love to see them start T side Nuke. As crazy as that sounds, obviously you want to start CT sided on the most CT side map. I want to see their T side, because I think if they start CT, Astralis would probably just run bulldozer over them. I don't think they're going to have the cohesion as a team to run a solid defense just yet. And in fact, we're going to get that. We're going to get the T side of LDLC as we jump straight into the pistol round. Everyone is on armor. It's almost like a knife round here.
Oh, you got me a bit paranoid then. Anyway, 3 players coming out towards ramp early on. Actually, it's going to be 2, but here comes the play towards Hut.
What? Dupree? Oh my God, 3 kills, bomb dropped, Astralis with a full rotation, and there's the round done and dusted. Easy as you like it.
I mean,
wow.
I mean, usually you would see, okay, when you go for that sort of strat, you would nade the door. A lot of times you'd see an HE grenade, smoke, and a flashbang, right? You would nade the door, smoke the vent, and then jump down the vent, and you can use the flashbang in the afterplug towards B, right?
Yeah.
Just to open the door and run through it like that is a bit...
I think the plan is, this is new Nuke, right? So spawns have moved closer. Maybe LDLC were trying to catch Astralis off guard.
Oh my God, you're right!
Maybe that's the plan. But Astralis' spawn has moved closer as well. So it's a lose-lose, win-win, however you want to look at it. Both teams are closer. Executes are faster. What? Logan, he's stabbing players left and right. Glaive's dead in the vents. And that's a gun gifted over to an armored player as well. At least there'll be a bit of a response from Astralis holding strong on the A-bomb site, and they will clean up the round. But a bit of money for Logan.
Hugo, do you know what? I've just remembered this is the new Nuke.
Yeah, I know. I haven't cast it yet.
You kept asking me. You kept asking me these questions like, "What do you think about LDLC or Nuke?" And I thought, "Oh, because it's a new team, right? That's what you meant, right? Playing on a new team of Nuke is hard enough, but playing on the new version of Nuke."
Yeah.
Wow. God, what's changed? No window now out towards Hut, so you can't go for the
new skylights. Better executes towards A.
But then, has there been enough time in terms of the evolution of this map? No. Exactly.
And obviously, yeah, we're probably not going to see A executes. That's interesting. No ladder up on the A side to get back up towards Heaven from the top of the hut. There's obviously the changes outside. You've removed
so
one
all the way
box.
back, but you can't.
Yeah,
you can't.
No, you can't. You have to either wrap back outside and go Heaven, drop down vents, go ramp, go B, something like that. You can't climb back up into Heaven. It makes it hard
to rotate then, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
the box is down towards B. The change of boxes on the A side to climb on top of the hut.
No more rafters as well, so you can't flank towards Heaven.
There's a lot of changes here, and we're going to be spectating them right now to see which team's ready for it. We've got Logan with an AK. He got the knife, so he's actually going to be able to buy up a rifle this round. I like it. We'll see how far it goes. It's actually going to be a bit of aggression outside. Let's see how long it will take LDLC to realize there are no rafters there. They've got to jump. Logan, he's got to shoot. One shot to the head of Device, but Magis will trade. Gun dropped and picked back up by Alex, who also has armor, but he's still tagged.
4 versus 3 then. Alex now going to be wielding the AK. Has Kevlar, so the aim punch factor will be non-existent. The drop in from Devil potential to come in towards A main and get the drop onto Glaive. Let's see.
Non-existent. Sounds like this team as well. 1 minute left on the clock. LDLC pushing outside. Alex going to get caught in the cross and with no smokes. This is just going to be a massacre, right? Rifles or not, LDLC going to struggle to get any control. Devil's getting tagged, and Dupree, he's just hunting for the kill. The gun thrown at the map I like. Stop Astralis from picking that up and getting, either the AK that's better than the M4s, obviously, or upgrading an SMG. But it won't be the round. It's a 3-0 for Astralis, as you would expect. Now we see the buy from LDLC.
Now then. Round number 4 coming in. First bar round here on Nuke. First round of Nuke. Potential in all professional play. Have you ever seen anyone else play it so far? I don't think so.
There's so many games online at the moment. I'd probably say there's surely been a couple.
Well, if not, let's see what these teams do debut. Smokes coming in towards outside. Same familiar smokes. CZ coming out for Logan. Obviously went for the audacious force by in the last round after getting the knife in the second round after the pistol. So he's deducted down to that CZ. They're leaving Alex now to lurk towards lower. Oh, Device. We'll find the first frag actually onto Alex towards those secret steps. It wasn't through the smoke from Simnix for a second there. But 5 versus 4 now. 1 minute 20 left on the clock here. And these smokes have done nothing. Device has all the information he needs. This means Glaive now can rotate in towards the A-bomb. So they have to pre-holding towards A main. Astralis are expecting assault towards the A side. The problem is right now, it's so one-dimensional for LDLC. There's no rafters to lurk on. They can't go in towards Heaven, try thwart the CT defense. Look at this. Devil's trying to find them. Yeah,
or even throw a player into main. It's very common if you want to go for a quick A execute. You drop a player off rafters into main, and with Astralis checking the hut and the squeaky as well, with an A push coming in, that main flank can always change the tide of a round.
But yeah, I mean, the main factor here is Device warping towards the secret stairs gives so much information right now for Astralis. They can play heavy towards the A-bomb site, alleviate so much pressure off of the CT side defense, and adds it now to LDLC.
You don't need outsiders much because Heaven Wrap is so much harder. So Glaive can just play passive. It's great for Astralis, but this is going to provoke some difficulty for LDLC, especially with 29 seconds left. They've got to make a commitment to a site. Dupree spots Logan in main, so that's some information now to play with for Astralis. Will they rotate off the back of this? Probably not, but this will certainly change it. Devil, he finds the entry frag. Now it's Magis towards the back of the site as well, and he lines up 2 but can't connect the shots. Xipnix as well falls, trying to rotate in through Hut. And Device, he may have found the pick early on in the round, but I don't think he's going to find their 4th.
1 versus 4. Astralis having clean victories as well versus the Ecos and the 4 spies coming out from LDLC. So if Device does save, I believe they can still buy. Playing for the exit frags, obviously, trying to see if he can whittle down the LDLC economy going forward. Obviously, each frag he finds potential for forcing out a CZ or a weaker buy or making it even easier for LDLC to be reset if Astralis win the next gun round.
Uh-oh. He's not going to check it. Devil's coming round. Devil's not going to check it either. They know Device was here earlier. They should at least expect this position, but LDLC playing very slow. He's going to get all the way down the stairs and background through the halls. He's being flanked, but Devil doesn't want to commit. They know the importance of holding onto these guns early on into the game, so LDLC won't chase at all. They just keep 4 rifles in play, and fair enough, right? They know Astralis are going to be buying back into this one, but they can find 2 rounds on the board. It's the CTs down to Eco, to CTs on pistols. Exactly how LDLC want them. So at least they kick things off on this T side. They haven't let this go the way of Inferno, where they just got run on for the first 8 rounds before we even saw them pick up 1.
Indeed. Obviously, was it 8-0 advantage from Astralis on the T side of Inferno, but fast smokes towards outside, and this might actually see if they can force Device to deviate towards garage, towards outside, go in towards the secret stairs again, force out that rotation. There's a gap in the smoke. Did Glaive see Alex go down once again? I believe he did. You can see actually Alex is tagged down to 37 points of health, so probably from Glaive through the smoke. But obviously all speculation. Zipnix now will be the player to rotate in towards the B-bomb site and hold the line in terms of information and defense now towards this B-bomb site, but for Astralis, there's only one defuse go onto Zipnix. If Zipnix dies towards B and LDLC go back up towards the A side, that could be a very prominent factor for a victory here for LDLC.
Yeah, with Alex not assaulting the back B, it makes me think they want to split B with the ramp play, right? If their objective was A, Alex needs to get to the vents as soon as possible, but he's coming in late for B because they want to hit ramp. Zipnix, he's going to find Alex at the least getting a bit aggressive, and with Devil actually wrapping A through the outside, they may reconsider with this one. Astralis have given up their ramp control. They've fallen, oh, sorry, LDLC have given up their ramp control. They've fallen back to lobby.
This worked for them last time. You can see the change in defense as well from Dupree, no longer showing his face towards the A main split as they walk into it.
Oh, but it's the lineup. Dupree and Device both find a kill. Maniac, they're going to be trading at least back in the favor of LDLC somewhat. Logan finds another, and that forces Device off of Heaven. They still have the man advantage in play, though, on the CT side, so LDLC still got to pull this one back. Nade down, that could do some good damage. It does. Logan's 30. Now LDLC, they need to force a pick kick, because Astralis are coming in with a man advantage again. Device is going to be posted on the angle. The flashbang goes in, it'll blind him. This gives more time for LDLC. And Maniac just holding the exit of the hut means Logan doesn't need to watch his back. He just watch the Heaven, but now he's got to worry about both positions. Peeks out wide, tries to force a kill, but it won't go his way. Yep,
Kit somewhere towards vent, obviously. Zipnix coming out of the vent, found that one frag, went 1 for 1, obviously gave them the 3 versus 2 advantage. So, for LDLC, obviously, going towards outside. It seems like, obviously, for Alex being the lurker on the T side, a very independent player. This is the thing with Alex, a very self-opposing, very independent player, very confident as well in his decision-making and his thoughts. And that's one of the things you need in your lurker. You need a confident lurker that can apply pressure across the map, right? You don't want that one player that just sits there, does nothing, just looks at smokes. You want someone fighting back, having duels, using grenades effectively, forcing rotations, forcing panic out of the CT side. And unfortunately here, you know, Alex lost a duel twice now to Device, and this time it was Zipnix, but...
Ooh. I mean, as always, Twanu getting the opening kill, reminiscence of Inferno as well. Was constantly taking down the counter-AWP of Device, but this time it's Dupree to go down in main. Glaive will be responding at the very least. Alex tried to wrap outside, and he actually snuck all the way around main before dropping, but with that, we're just going to see a quick push onto A. LDLC take advantage of Astralis not being ready for that, and they will get the opening kill.
There's one thing I've learned so far, Hugo, is don't trust LDLC in the afterplants. And that's why.
Oh, no one watching main. Device comes back in with a kill, and although he won't be able to take down the player up in the hut, that flashbang may assist him to get back into the site. There's another, and Glaive will even catch the kill onto Twanu. Not too sure what the plan was there for LDLC in the post-plant. They lose a 2-on-3.
The bomb is planted behind the site. The one player who the bomb is planted for is in the open towards A main, looking God knows where towards Heaven. He dies obviously for free from Device. The bomb is then no longer planted for the player playing towards the CT vent and the player playing towards hut. The bomb isn't planted for them. So then they're forced to peek with flashbangs. The flashbangs don't connect. Easy as can be there for Astralis.
You called it. You can't trust LDLC in the post-plant. It's happened on Inferno. It's happening again. I mean, retakes and post-plants are their issue. Mid-rounds, early rounds, that's where they seem to succeed, get picks, take themselves man advantages. It's the late stages that they crumble and lose these. But again, we're down to pistols here for the T side. A failed molly for Astralis, but the second one won't be. Device is going to molly these players outside. They're still going to try and wrap down Secret, but look at the health they're losing in the process. Device does open up, though, through the smoke. Devil caught. Now Astralis in the man advantage once again. It's going to be LDLC fighting with their backs up against the wall down towards B. That nade's dangerous, and that shot is 2. Glaive, 1 kill into Alex. They're going to try and follow up as he gets low on ammo, but Dupree is coming for support. Glaive does get overwhelmed, but I mean, it's one gun grab for Maniac, but he's not already ready for the flank of Dupree. 3 kills for him, and there's a 6-1 start for Astralis. Again, looking like Inferno.
For LDLC now, if they go for the buy, you know, roughly $4,000 aggregately onto those 5 players. I mean, the utility isn't going to be strong.
No.
It's going to be sparse, spread thin here, so what they got? 4 smokes and 1 Molotov. Let's see how LDLC can use this utility they have. Also, Devil as well going to be investing into the MAC-10, so we can afford more grenades. Oh no. Oh,
it's a mode out. Zipnix is lined up. They're all going to run through the smoke. And while he does damage to 2 and taking one of them down, Twanu still sits on 2 HPs and he gets the trade. So Astralis aren't going to try and contend with this ramp position. Instead, they just completely give it up. That's giving a lot of control and respect the way of LDLC, because now they've got the B site, and Astralis almost tasked with the retake unless they can, maybe get a player into the site before the bomb goes down.
But towards The squeaky door towards long as well, where the vent is. Look at all the presence from the CT side. If this retake happens, there's no ground for LDLC to hold.
Yeah, and LDLC took too long to get down towards B. They allowed Astralis to get into the vents, to get into the window room as well. Dupree's there. So now Astralis are in a good spot, even with the man disadvantage, because look at how low these guys are. Dupree with another frag, but Alex is on the flank, and this could change things. Device may not be ready for this, but he hits a shot right before he goes down. Now it's 3 HP surviving on LDLC versus the 200 of Astralis. Bomb stuck in the center of the site. No nades to allow LDLC to try and catch the player off guard, and Dupree's just going to hit the headshot. Twanu dead, and Alex last alive. He may have got himself into a good position, but I mean, how much can you do here with 1 HP?
They know exactly where he is as well. Obviously, fun of the frag from behind onto Device. They know he has to be towards vent, if not the upper rafter of the B-bomb site. Bomb will not be claimed, so 7-1. LDLC back onto pistols.
Yeah, this is not a good start here to the T side of Nuke. Obviously, you'd kind of expect this with the matchup on the scoreline, but we've been sitting.
This is what we thought. Yeah, we thought Inferno.
I'm just hoping for more. Just hoping for more. That's it. My expectations may be a bit too high for the first official match that LDLC have played with this roster, but Astralis, nonetheless are playing with a new player. Madge is definitely pulling his own weight. LDLC this time with just an AK and pistols to play with. They are just going to be setting up outside with a couple of players, but with limited utility, limited smokes. They all go outside, and again, Astralis looking to contest. It's a push for the smoke. That's Dupree. He's just going to take down Alex. It's not the AK drop. That still remains strong with the Devil, but he's been spotted as well. So Astralis have to be careful. They don't want to lose Dupree here. They will, in fact. But Twanu's low, and Zipnix is going to catch Logan up on ramp through the smoke as well. The amount of smoke shots that Astralis are landing in not only this map, but also Inferno is quite crazy.
Crazy indeed. So, 4 versus 3 here. 1 minute 10 left on the clock. Twanu onto 12 HP as well. As I say that, obviously, Caster's Curse, he's just deployed out of the server. 4 versus 2 now. Was the force buy coming from LDLC? They took the risky buy. They try to bring themselves back into this one. But one by one, they walk into the crosshair of Device.
Yeah, and even with Maniac grabbing that gun, I think this round is as good as over. He has the time to play with, but with 4 members of Astralis standing, they're not going to be giving him any leeway. There's no positions that won't be covered. There's no way he can sneak through without someone being aware. Looking to go back to the door, but that's just going to make a sound cue. It's going to alert everyone to his position. There's Blade, instantly turns back around and takes him down. There's Astralis with another round on the board. Oh, and I didn't know you could do that. And climb back up from the boxes on B.
Yeah, exactly. So
interesting. That's what Alex did, obviously, the previous round.
So you can rotate from B into vent back up to A.
I like that.
But you can't obviously
do it up on A to heaven.
Yeah, exactly. So
nice little change.
It is nice.
I thought the boxes would just add like a little bit more defensive for CTs. Maybe, you just put a player there, play a ninja, right? But I mean, even in post plants, that's got to be good, because if you looked at post plants on this map, the T side, well, not even just that, but you can hide behind it. It's so hard. There's nowhere you can sit as a T unless you go inside of a door, and then it's just a whole bait play with door and trying to, at least confuse the CT's retaking, right? With shooting from other positions and distracting. There's nowhere on the site you can actually sit. Dark corner's too risky because it's so easy to pre-fire or check for a CT coming back into the site.
Oh, from above, yeah.
Yeah, there's nowhere really good to play on B, in my opinion. But that box has added something else in. It's added a new position for CTs to check. So it works out for both CTs and Ts, which I like.
Yeah, I think the big thing about why the B site, actually for the CT side, is considered hard is because of the double doors and the double windows as well. If you plant open, if you plant in the middle of that open area, you can, we saw snacks. I can't remember what major it was. I think it was the, Boston major back last year, 1 year ago. We had those crazy plays towards those windows and exploited that. But speaking of exploitation, Alex really taken out the server initially by Glaive's aggression towards those smokes towards outside. So 5 versus 4 here. Yeah, what do you really say going forward? I mean, LDLC, they've deployed the smokes every single round, basically, they've had a buy. They've tried to see if they can force over rotations from Astralis. Twanu with the fast reply onto Device, so he will find that frag, but look at the re-aggression coming out towards ramp.
Yeah, and still Astralis holds strong on the A-bomb side. Not only rafters, but 2 players up in main means that LDLC, if they walk into here, it's a death trap, right? They have no utility for this, just flashbangs left, so no smokes to cut off main or to cut off heaven even, potentially, if they have a lineup. But LDLC, they'll take outside control at the very least. Don't have the smoke for the cross, as said.
But they have no grenades. Look at how awkward this is right now for LDLC going forward. Glaive can get some information here. There's no Molotovs, there's no smokes as well. The grenades lie in favor of Astralis, and that coincides with the flashbang coming out there and aiding Glaive towards outside. So, I mean, when you're trying to walk into this A site, there's no smoke for heaven, no Molotov out. Nothing.
And again, Astralis in this in a normal position on Old Nuke, you'd be worried about that Heaven wrap, but they're just not even worried at all. They have a player in Heaven, but there's just no need to take the fight. There's no need to peek out. You can't get wrapped as easily. So LDLC need to get all the way up close and start to climb up the stairs. There's Devil doing exactly that, but Magis is here. Will he be prepared? Apparently not. Devil finds a shot, but it's only the dink that puts him down to 10 HP, so there's still a lot more to do towards this A bomb site. Glaive still sits there, and he finds a kill before his death. And now suddenly it's a 1v1. Bomb dropped in the open. Devil doesn't have time to do this. Surely he's got to find the frag, and he's running, attempting the wallbang. There's no window there anymore, and that's it. Dupree survives just in long enough for the round. He won't get the wallbang, but he will get an 8th for Astralis. Again, oh sorry, 9th. This is just dominant.
Yeah, you can actually see the stairway now, so you have to jump onto the AC, then go up the stairs. There's no raft there to get into Heaven, so obviously you can no longer get on silo and wrap from the rafters and have a really good overhead position over garage, over the blue crate you can see on your left as well. So that's an issue. That
being said, there have been changes for the CT side as well. You can no longer go to that back old secret position. You know that you would usually hold the rafters wrap from behind garage. That's no longer in the game, you know, a bit of an off angle. But back into this one, Magis and Dupree going to open up again. We've got a wrap in through main. Alex going to go very fast outside. He's at least going to get into position, but he can only get one kill, and his team can't make up for his lackluster performance because Logan's already last man alive. Astralis, again, full control for this round. They're about to find this last kill as well if Logan walks back into the lobby because there's another player there. That's Zipnix. And a 10-1 up for Astralis. They've just looked so solid on this map, so prepared on the CT side. And talking of preparation, I've not seen anything from LDLC.
Yeah, I mean, what can they show on their T side especially? I mean, we haven't seen the evolution of the new Nuke so far. We haven't seen a team actually show us the new grenades. If you're gonna have these new grenades, the Molotovs and whatnot, you're gonna hide them until you actually bring out play onto an official. You're not just gonna share the grenades around unless you maybe barter it for some other grenades, who knows. But apart from that, we're not gonna be seeing the evolution of Nuke until we see more teams bring out more grenades towards this A side because it's so telegraphed, it's so one-sided. It's either an A main split, you can no longer go for the defaults where you wrap Heaven. You either go down secret, you go down ramp, or you go for the split through A. And the question is, how do you try and change that without the utility and without knowing the grenades towards the A site yet for the executions?
Oh, it's a shame for LDLC though. Did you see that? They sneak their entire way down secret, making no noise. Astralis don't know, and then Magis just spots them all coming around the corner. So the jig is up. It's a B play, and Astralis are more than welcome to rotate back down. Maniac's on the ramp. He doesn't seem to realize there's a smoke thrown out from the CT spawn, so he goes down. And now 2 players up for LDLC again. Alex low, and low ammo as well. He's only got a CZ to play with. Devil's trying to wrap the vents, but Dupree's already holding the angle, and this is a fight that you surely don't lose if you're Dupree. There's another kill. Alex, 1v4, not going to happen. It's Astralis to find 11 on the board. And, okay, right, we look back to Inferno. LDLC got 5 rounds on their first half. They put up enough to at least contest. At this point, it's not looking like they're going to have enough to even play.
Yeah, it's worse for wears now, obviously. Especially when a map comes out, a lot of the times it's going to be CT side. The reason being is one of the massive, crucial parts to a T side is your executions. You do your map control for a reason. The map control leads into information for the executions, right?
Yeah.
But what happens when there's no end story? There's no end chapter. There's no third part of the story where there's no executions. You know, people don't know the smokes, the grenades yet, which means you get your first part, you know, you take map control, you get your second part, you might get your 1-2 frags, but there's no conclusion to these rounds. And they just walk into the bloodbath and the blenders of the CT setups from Astralis, and it's all going in favor of the Danes.
An aggressive position up into the hut here, very wide, or move.
Reminds me of a ramp actually on Mirage.
That is true. LDLC back to basics, smokes outside. They've got 1 in main as well, so that will stop anything. But we do have someone holding on for the garage. Alex is going to cross right in front. He doesn't get shot at, but I think he might know there's someone there. He's just going to pull back with 2 kills as they line up, and Glaive follows up as well from the back. So now, Devil pinned outside, his arm's been spotted, the nade's going out, but Zipnix doesn't care. He's going to re-peek it, although he goes down. Spray control almost connects, but it's Glaive to bail out his teammate, leaving just Maniac.
Stark contrast between these two teams. Ooh, nice shot there. Clinical.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was nice.
I didn't even realize he got that kill.
I know, ruined my little sentence there. Anyway, stark contrast between these teams. I won't, you know, hype it up and all that. Big difference between these two lads, these two entities, Astralis and LDLC. Obviously, not only the scoreline showing it, but the afterplants, definite distinct lack of teamwork coming out from LDLC. Is that because we see the deportation of existence from this roster? Is it because it's the new roster, they lack communication? Is there a high ceiling for this LDLC lineup? I guess time will tell.
Well, that's awkward. Devil goes down in the flames after opening up with a kill onto Dupree. So at least LDLC are 4-on-4. It means Astralis have to split up a little bit more. And again, another trade back and forth. Ooh. How does that shot not hit from Device? Logan finds a kill, and now they could get into the A bomb site. The bomb's going to be dropped, and one by one they peek. Magis takes every single headshot. And Astralis, they shut down the A play once again. LDLC too slow to trade.
13-1. I mean, what's the next matchup here, Hugo? I mean, we're running out of stuff to say already. Na'Vi versus Hellraisers, that'll be a great matchup to watch, actually.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Hopefully it's more contestable, there's more competition here, because it's very hard as commentators and analysts and whatnot to really, you know, get into this matchup, because it's all been Astralis. You can see LDLC here, they get the advantage sometimes early on. They have their 5 versus 3s, their 4 versus 5s, so they have the advantage at least, but going from that point forward, it all just seems to crumble in the mid-round.
Let's see if LDLC can get these last couple, give themselves a bit of a buffer to play with. Would be nice, or last round, or even last couple. 2's not really enough on the T side, unless they can pull some incredible CT comeback, but we'll see. It's Alex again in the position the Devil was once caught in. Device could easily peek up and trade from the back, but there's still more players outside to deal with. Actually, it's going to be Glaive smoking in and pushing outside of that hell position. He pushes up close to Alex. He'll catch him off guard as well, looking the wrong way. So Astralis already in a 5-on-3, taking names as LDLC are yet to put up a kill on the board in this final round, and I don't think it's going to change at all. Xyp9x finally misses a spray, and Logan will respond, but it's a 1v4. Was a 1v5. He's being wrapped from the lower. He'll spot Device. He'll go for a shot as well, but it won't connect. It's just aggression and confidence, and Astralis have made the perfect cocktail for 14 rounds. It is a near flawless half, Snods.
You found our cocktails?
Big fan.
Really?
Yeah, I love a good cocktail. I like a beer, but I do like a cocktail. You know, I like to spice it up.
Do you make your own?
No, I'm not. I'm not that kind of guy.
Lazy guy.
Chef Snods, Chef Snods.
Says he loves it, does he? No, I'll cook, but I don't like drinks. I'm not a big fan of alcohol. No, I know.
Well, Copenhagen game says otherwise. We had quite a few beers there, but
yeah,
either way,
very true.
Very strong first half for Astralis. LDLC not showing too much. Expectations for the second half, if any.
What was it, 14-1?
Yeah.
I mean, we thought, going into this one, we thought, okay, you know, maybe an Inferno is 16-10, right? 16-11, or potential for an upset coming out from the likes of LDLC. Obviously, a new roster coming in for Magic's Boy, for Kiabi, for Astralis. You know, there is the potential for the upset. The problem is now, you know, we've seen the better map, now we've seen the worst. We've seen the best of LDLC, sorry, now we've seen the worst in terms of their map pool. Coming from Inferno, a plug-and-play map where you can have your recent additions and still be able to go for the freestyle play on your T side. And you can see right now on Nuke why it's maybe not the best decision to put into the map pool early on for this specific reason. The T side is so difficult as it is on Nuke, with a full 5 roster that's been together for months as it is, and now you replenish your player, you remove a player, you change the roster, you change the roles, the chemistry, and you have to start afresh. And right now, it's not looking too pleasant. No,
the only thing I would say about this matchup is I wouldn't take it too much to heart, right? Yeah, okay, it could be a 16-1, LDLC show nothing, but this is, as you say, first game of the season.
At least it's not 16-0. That's what you're about to say.
Exactly right. No, new map, right? So I just give LDLC time. I wouldn't take too much away from this matchup. Give them time. Give them a few weeks. Hopefully they'll have it at least under control by then. You know, they're only just getting into playing officials. This is their first official on this team for Logan, so something, again, to take into account. We'll give them time. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I like this position for Devil. It catches the vent push. You can get a knife in if someone pushes down. We saw Logan do it on the first half at least, but it's going to be Astralis hitting A. Devil dives up through the vents, but he won't find a single kill. It's Alex instead, and Logan lines up 2 big frags with his CZ75, coming in to defend his teammate as well, but Maniac will be flying in through the heaven, leaving just Device alone. 1v3, wrapping outside.
Minute and 5 seconds left on the clock now for Device. Maniac expecting a play towards outside. This is smart here for Device. Goes for the lower peak. Through the staircase. Does find the head, but not quite. Unable to connect the frag, though. Logan coming in towards outside. If he dies here, actually, Hugo, there's a chance, I believe, for Device. Obviously, Alex was on 5 HP. He knew where Maniac was. Who knows, but there you have it. Logan able to find 3 frags into that round with the CZ. Definitely saved the day. I mean, the 2 early frags go in favor from Astralis. We saw 1 come up from Devil, but a 2-for-1 trade early on towards Vent from Alex and Devil. A 4 versus 3. Logan saves the day. Is this enough of a lifeline? I don't think so. I mean, the bomb wasn't planted, fair enough, so if Astralis lose the 4 spot, we should be seeing a 3-14, then obviously a 4-for-14 when Astralis go for the full equal in the next round. Problem is, from there, I mean, even winning the pistol in the second half, Hugo, a 10-round advantage for Astralis is just too much.
Yeah, although maybe we're not even going to see LDLC find 3. Xyp9x has opened up on the outside with the Deagle, although Logan does trade, so we're back into a 4-on-4. Control gained back for the CT side, but Zipnik spots Maniac wrapping into the hell, and that's exactly when he pushes up. Device will grab the kill as well, so somehow Astralis have put themselves in the driving seat for this round. Despite being only on pistols, they're finding kills. Magis gets another one, but it's going to be the wrap from Alex outside to take down the players climbing in heaven, and now that wrap is all that stands between Astralis and map and match point. Alex not even going to find another kill. Magis will Y-peek him. And that'll be 15 rounds to 2. They pick up the force buy.
Crazy scenes there. Obviously, the first frag going in favor of Astralis. They had the 5 versus 4. They found the frag towards outside, and they instantly wrapped in towards under heaven. They found the close range frags towards under heaven, towards ramp from the CT side with those M4s, those UMPs, the close range draws won by those CZs and Deagles from Astralis. Alex left alive. Going to be so frustrated at the result of this best of 2 coming out. I mean, 7 rounds that they've been able to conjure up so far. It's just simply not good enough.
I know, I'm not hoping too much on LDLC being able to pull this one back, but let's see how difficult can they make it. Maniac already opens things up. Magics will go down, so that's a first kill, but a Device, he just snuck out of the squeaky door, and he'll catch Alex going on top of the hut. Devil to trade. So LDLC, they keep things in question now for Astralis, and they follow up with another kill, leaving 2 players left on ramp. A bit of an overextension from Maniac, considering they had a 4-on-2, taking a fight versus Rifles there, but Devil's actually wrapped down towards B already. So while they've already taken control of Secret, he's going to hear it. He can communicate that to Twanu, who'll be ready for this push. Oh, look at the damage. Zipnik's tagged down to 15, and cleverly so, Twanu gives up the position and allows Astralis just to take control of B. In the meantime, they push up towards ramp and take down Glaive, and with the bomb back in the hands of Zipnik's, it's a 1v2.
Had to gamble there that Logan rejoined with Twanu. Obviously, usually in 2 versus 1, you see the CT side gang up as a 2-man unit, so they can go for the trade frag. Obviously, I believe it was Twanu that was 15 HP, so if in that scenario, you expect LDLC to group together, 2 versus 1. You send Twanu in first, Logan trades the frag, but instead they were split up, thanks, well, and that was actually to the favor of LDLC. So, 3 to 15, their money's still low, unable to go for a full, accustomed, you know, abundant buy with M4s. Oh, that's a nice spot, actually.
Yeah, I like that. You can still get in the corner at the very least. You just can't walk across the catwalk.
So, once again, playing close towards the vent. That's going to be Alex up close with the UMP. No defuse kits here for the city side, so if Astralis finds some gateway, some opening of opportunity towards the B or A bomb site, if it does come down to those 2 versus 2s or 3 versus 3, time would definitely be of the essence for LDLC in the retakes. We do know how poor they have been so far, so making them even harder isn't really the best decision. Ooh, gosh, that's quite a costly jump there.
Ooh, that was a scary peek from Devil. Took a few shots to land it, but Glaive dead. And it would be such a massive mistake for LDLC to lose on a round like this, so they need to get every frag they can. Maniac spotting on ramp. He has the molly for contact. He sees it, falls back. Molly can go out on the ramp as well just to stop them from pushing his position, but Device is trying to catch the rotation through hell. LDLC don't want to overextend. They send the CZ instead for Astralis to try and do that. And I like this control from LDLC. They're not taking any fights they don't need to take. They're allowing Astralis to get a little bit of map control, and they're still holding down heavily on B. We have this double man setup, so Astralis can't take B control just yet, although those players are going to walk back up ramp. Astralis potentially. Alex is close, hole in the door. Dupree going to take advantage, and he finds a kill as well. 29 seconds left on the clock, and Device has found another opening kill. Will Logan be able to hold onto this bomb site alone? Apparently so. And Maniac's coming for support with 2 more kills. So Zipnik's now with 20 seconds left in a 1v3. Stuck in the hut, flanked from behind. Logan on the site. Surely this is undoable, especially with missing that first shot.
And it is indeed. 15 to 4 now. It's still going to be 11 match points going forward for Astralis. So if you have got money in this game, and if you favor Astralis, you double down. Congratulations to yourselves. I won't be getting too paranoid just yet. No. Round number 20, though, 15 to 4. Going to be the Eco coming out from the Danes. Obviously, they have such a big buffer. They can take those risks. But they're not going to get overzealous and, you know, go for this force buys round and round again. You know, try and say, just need 1 round. Let's just have force buy after force buy. Try claim that 1 victory, get lucky potentially. But instead, just going to rekindle themselves and regain their economy going forward so they can get a good buy versus LDLC going forward.
Or the range versus Glocks here. I know who I'm favouring. Astralis will certainly give that up early. Devil taking down Device, and to be honest, if they continue with this push, they're just going to walk into their death. Because now the MP9's come out from main. Good angle, at least, to try and catch these players off guard. And with just Glocks in play, no nades, nothing, they shouldn't be able to get anything. We do see the bomb drop down B, but Glaive's going to be hunted. There's no way they'll give him this plant. It's already Maniac come down from the ramp anyway, so LDLC, I like it. Flawless, keep the money in play, take down everyone from Astralis and find their 5th.
Now then.
Oh, they upgrade the SMGs as well.
Well, of course. I mean, there's no,
there's no buffer, right?
There's no margin for error.
No.
Obviously, usually, you know, you can argue, do you bring forward the SMGs? All the times, if you have an MP9 or a Mac-10, they disregard it. Or if you have a game plan in mind, you can use the Mac-10s, the MP9s, they go aggressive, play fast, but usually if it's UMP, it's kept. But nevertheless, obviously, there's no margin for error. If they lose a round, it's game over. So it will be the eco coming out. Sorry, the change in terms of firepower for LDLC, disregarding those SMGs for the fully fledged M4s. Nice little wallbang there as well from Zipnix coming out towards A main in case one of the rotate player, that being Alex on Nuke, you know, rotate player usually playing towards A main, sometimes will rotate actually from spawn, go towards outside into A main, so the little spam there will actually connect. So a few points of damage there onto him. So 5 versus 5 here, minute 15 on the clock. Already you can see the difference in terms of the stage in which those smokes were thrown. Minute 10 on the clock here, and those smokes are suddenly deployed. How is the rebuttal, the reconfiguration of the CT defense from LDLC going to change?
Well, we've already got the AWP down B, but Twanu's going to miss that shot. Not good. Could have put LDLC in a good fighting spot, but now Astralis have not only got that flank coming in that can double back towards main if they want to hit A. And it seems like that may be the case. Maniac's actually fallen off of B for the time being. And Devil, he's going to hear the footsteps there. Escalade dead. Oh, and a follow-up from Devil. 2 kills. Won't allow Astralis to go outside this round. Instead, they've got to maybe renegotiate with this ramp player. Maniac's still hiding towards the back box, and Zipnix, he's found another opening kill. So Astralis aren't done just yet. 30 seconds left, though. They've got to hit a bomb site eventually, and to be honest, I don't even know where's weaker at this point. We've got Maniac playing this B site, or at least ramp, not allowing them to go down the B site, but he's dead. So that means LDLC have to rotate players in through vents. Silver
lining here for LDLC is the lack of utility right now for Astralis. No smokes, no molotovs to try and fend off the op from Twanu. Let's see. Oh, Zipnix, they're able to deny.
No way they win this. A 5-on-3 again. This is just reminiscent of Inferno. Astralis holding on to the bomb site, and Logan, he's going to try and come in with a kill. He's got the utility for it and the kit, but they've not got a lot of time. And they don't know where Astralis are sitting either, so this is actually looking quite desperate. Oh, Matches! He pops open a hole and takes the kill. Now it's just Devil. A 1v3 to try and keep this game alive. It's just not going to happen, and Astralis, again, a 5-on-3 come win. They take the map in a hugely dominant performance, the same scoreline as map number 1.
10 rounds accumulated after 2 maps being played out there from LDLC. A 16-5 on Inferno, and again a 16-5 on Nuke. Initial thoughts from LDLC, it didn't look too good. Obviously a 14-1-1, the pistol being won from LDLC, so it gave them some sort of edge, a margin for a few rounds. But if we break this down into the buy rounds here, Hugo, I mean, LDLC maybe won, what, 1 or 2, if that on Nuke?
Yeah.
And on Inferno, they won 3 buy rounds, I think. Something ridiculous. Exactly. Something ridiculous like that. So, yeah, I mean, initial performance coming up from LDLC, we expected more, but then again, you know, in terms of the caliber of teams, you're versus a tier 1 team, bringing in Matchday for KRB. But, I mean, obviously, we harped a lot on LDLC. Good points were, they got the early frags, they show potential in terms of individual skill. We could see that they could get those early frags with the good pushes. Downside was definitely communication. Obviously, the communication boils down to this after. I mean, look at this. And then, obviously, the bomb was planted for the remaining 2 players. It all went loose.
I think the only good thing to take away from this, if you're LDLC, is that we can just put this down to being, new map, new roster change, etc. Right? The only thing is, if this continues in 3 weeks' time, if they're still playing like this, not that it's a lost cause, it's just like this is going to be quite hard to support LDLC and go, I think they could win a series. I think they can take a best of 3. I think we can see them go a top tier land. This is a team that's always been on the edge of making those 250Ks, but never quite been able to make that jump, you know? They're in Pro League. They've been in Pro League for a while, but most of these teams in Pro League are making 250K lands, either via invites or qualifiers, right? LDLC seem to be the team that's just not doing it. So hopefully that changes this season. Hopefully this team starts to look a little bit better, but I'm just going to mark that down to new roster, new map, give it time.
Definitely going to agree with you there. So, you know, at least for Astralis, looked good. Obviously, Matchday coming in. He had a bit of a slow start in terms of frags on Inferno, but obviously he played his role very well towards that B-bomb site. We know that, obviously, the former editions of, for Matchday back when he's on MSL's lineup with Dignitas and whatnot. I mean, the cobblestones, but Inferno, most importantly, we know Astralis don't really like cobblestone, but Inferno, most importantly, was one of his strong points, MSL's as well. Playing towards Banana, it seems like he slotted in very well on that CT side. And yeah, we saw some incredible plays. I mean, the 3K hold towards the A site where they came in from A main. Incredible individual performance as well from Matchday on Nuke. So looking good already, looking fairly comfortable for Astralis in his new home. You know, all hope for both these teams. You know, for new rosters, hope is the one feeling you cling on to.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of new rosters to at least check out and see how they're going to perform in ESL Pro League today. At least our next matchup, which we can talk in detail a little bit after the break, is going to be Hellraisers versus Na'Vi. We're saying what would used to be the CIS matchup is now no longer, with Hellraisers not having a CIS team, but they've got a couple of Ukrainians in there, being Bondik and Angel. They're still a strong roster, without any doubt. Watsik is looking incredible in this lineup, as we were speaking about before the first map. Issa has been improving leaps and bounds since joining this team, from just playing local, Jordanian lands to now coming to playing top-tier European opposition. They've been looking very good, and Na'Vi, quite the different story.
Very true. Obviously, we're going to be getting to that point, I believe, after the break. But yeah, I mean, am I wrong in saying, I believe IM Katowice, they qualified, that being Hellraisers, for the LAN, I believe. I'm 90%. Yeah, exactly. So this is the thing I wanted to point towards, right? If you're LDLC and you're expected to be towards the lower echelons of Pro League, joined by your bigs potentially, or a Go, that sort of level or caliber teams, right? The problem is, why is it that Hellraisers have this massive, surge in performance, qualifying for the massive LANs? IM Katowice showing upsets online, really showing form. The question is, where was that from LDLC? With the new changes coming out, Existence out, Logan in, is the additional firepower potentially going to be their solving, tool to get them back into the pool or the plethora of teams that can compete at the national and 250k LAN level, as you said? Yeah,
I mean, they've been a team that's been improving loads. I mean, last year they did very well at Star Series. They made the semi-finals, got through quarters, and that was, I think, the big thing for Hellraisers last year with a new roster. Of course,
the one Renegades won.
Oh no, that was the one they came third place in. They beat Heroic in the third, fourth place decider matchup. It was actually Renegade who beat VP there, but the Star Series prior to that,
I remember that was Harry and Tom.
They did well. Yeah. But they've actually, of course, qualified for the Star Series starting in just a couple of days as well. Usually...
is that 250k as well?
300k. It's big money. Yeah, Hellraisers is definitely looking good at the moment. Na'Vi, I mean, they got to the semis of the major, but they knocked out QB Fire in the quarters. It wasn't really a tough matchup. I would say, while they're looking okay, they still need to piece everything together.
Yeah, would Na'Vi still be invited into these massive LANs if it wasn't for their name? Obviously, fourth of the major, congratulations, they made it through the Swiss system.
Yeah.
Perfect. No, you can't pull them up on that one. Obviously, the quarter-final result versus QB Fire, you have to take them with a grain of salt. If they play versus, an SKFAs, but, that's what they get from having such a good seed potentially going forward.
Yeah, well, either way, we're going to be finding out a little bit more about that next map. That will, of course, be Inferno between Na'Vi and Hellraisers. So stick with us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back after the break.